Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League predictions for this upcoming set of games. We've got some big games coming at you and I'm joined by Sophie. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. The games are starting to run out and there's a lot to play for. Yeah. So guys, do get your predictions down below. As ever, do make sure, of course, to hit that like button. We'll go for 588 likes on this one. So do like and do subscribe as well. Do help us hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of May. Like and subscribe and let's get into this, Sophie, starting with AFC Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Interesting battle between two sides. They've really not got all too much to play for now, which is quite interesting. And I have said in yesterday's video, Sophie, that I think AFC Bournemouth are actually going to finish ahead of Chelsea with the current rate of things.
Could do. Chelsea
are dropping like a stone. I can't even back them to get a draw at this moment in time.
No, I can't.
You know, they're that bad. And Bournemouth, 6 wins in 9, 4 wins in 5. You know, these results. I mean, 4-1 against Leeds. Bournemouth are flying, and I could take the mick here and go for a silly Bournemouth result, but I'll be respectful to Chelsea and say they only lose 2-1.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say the same. I'm going to say Bournemouth 2-1 win. I can't back a Chelsea win. And as you say, I can't even back a Chelsea draw at the moment. Bournemouth, surprisingly, are actually in good form, so I think it's going to continue against Chelsea. 2-1 for me too.
Next up to the Etihad, the battle of the two best managers in the league. Manchester City's Pep Guardiola versus Leeds United's Sam Allardyce coming in. Fireman Sam. Do you know what though, Soph? I think this is a bit of a panic
appointment.
Appointment because there's 4 games left. They've got Man City away, then they got Newcastle. I can't really see Sam Allardyce doing a lot here. I think Leeds United have almost run out of time. It'd be a big turnaround if Sam Allardyce can get some results, but I'm starting to lean towards Leeds United being a team to go down. I hope I'm wrong because Leeds are a good club, but you've got to go for Man City at this rate of form. Man City 4-0.
Yeah, I think this could be a really bad scoreline for Leeds, to be honest. With Sam Allardyce coming in, could that maybe change? Because they've been very, very leaky. I don't know. I think too little too late, to be honest. There's only so much Big Sam can do. Coming up against Man City, who roll good teams. I'm not saying Leeds are a bad team, but they're in terrible form. 6-0.
6-0. Do you know what? That's not even that outrageous. It isn't. That's probably like got short odds at the bookies. Right, we'll move down to London where we've got Tottenham Hotspur taking on Crystal Palace. Sophie, what about Spurs at Liverpool? To come back from 3-0 was amazing.
Yeah.
But then to throw it away was almost...
It's typical Spurs though, isn't it?
It was almost typical Spurs, which is a horrible thing for Spurs fans to hear, but just kind of bottled it really. Yeah. Crystal Palace... they've been in pretty good form, haven't they? What a win they had. They won 4-3 against West Ham. So both sides involved in crazy games last time. And do you know what? I'm going to go Palace.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's getting to a point with Tottenham and Chelsea where it's not even taking the mick to back them to lose. They are genuinely playing so bad.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace are playing pretty well. I know they've already stayed up, but they'll be hungry to keep climbing the table. 2-1 Palace.
I'm going to say 3-1 Palace. I think if Palace kind of played like they did against West Ham at times, they could put a few goals against Tottenham. I do see Spurs scoring, probably be that man Harry Kane as always, but I don't see them getting anything from the game. So as I say, 3-1. 3-1.
Okay, next up we go to Anfield, where we've got Liverpool taking on Brentford. This is an interesting matchup, I think, so because Liverpool have been improving a little bit. Liverpool are hitting the back of the net quite a bit, but Brentford, they picked up a good win against Nottingham Forest with the late goals in that game. And Brentford, we all know, have a very good record against the top 6 sides, Sophie. Yeah. So wouldn't be surprised if they come and cause a few problems at Anfield. I'll go Liverpool 2, Brentford 2.
Yeah, I could see a bit of an upset happening here. As you say, Brentford have got a really good record against the top 6. So could I see an upset happening? Yes. I do think this could go either way, and I could see there being a few goals. So I can see why you're saying 2-2. However, I'm just going to have to back Liverpool being at home at Anfield in front of that crowd. But entertaining one. 3-2.
3-2, wow, okay. Next up we go to Molineux, where we've got Wolves versus Aston Villa. A bit of a West Midlands derby, this one, Soph. Wolves confuse me, I will say, because they had won 3 out of 4. and then they lost 6-0 to Brighton.
It was really weird,
I mean,
yeah.
that was so bad.
I think we backed a Wolves win as well.
And they take on Aston Villa, who we know are in very good form, but then they just lost 1-0 at Old Trafford. I think what some people might expect is Wolves to lose again because they were so bad.
Yeah.
But I think there could be a bit of a reaction, maybe.
Could be.
Now they're back on their home turf. They don't want to lose at home to local rivals Villa. I feel like they're going to get a draw. I think Villa have been pretty good as well. I'll say a 2-2.
Yeah, if this was at Villa Park, I'd be tempted to lean more towards Villa. However, with it being at the Molineux, I can see a draw playing out as well. So for me, it's going to end 1-1.
Okay, both going for a draw in that one. I think that could be an entertaining game, to be honest, and both gone for both teams to score.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is possibly the game of the weekend. Newcastle versus Arsenal. Newcastle have been fantastic this season, so what a pleasure to watch. And they take on Arsenal, who got back to winning ways against Chelsea, 3-1, but it's not a surprise, is it? I almost feel like
I could beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
Just me and you against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Could probably do it.
I almost don't want to congratulate anyone for beating Chelsea, because it's like,
so harsh.
You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
This is tricky for Arsenal. I think realistically, none of us expect them to win the league. If they were to have any chance, they have to win every game and hope for Man City to slip up, which I just don't see happening. And I think there's going to be more points dropped here because Newcastle at home, they've just been so good. I'm going to go Newcastle 1, Arsenal 1.
Yeah, I feel like Newcastle could really cause a bit of not an upset, but they could upset the Arsenal fans here. I do feel like I'm going to have to back Arsenal though. I can see there being goals for both. Yeah, I can see there being goals for both teams, but an entertaining one. So I'm going to say 3-2 to the Gunners.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So I just fancy Newcastle to get something.
Yeah.
Okay, right, 4 games to go. We'll move on to the London Stadium. West Ham United take on Manchester United. West Ham, I spoke about in the Premier League relegation battle video and said they're not there yet, but they should be okay. They're 4 points clear of the teams directly below them, but they've got some tricky games. And they could do with another point just to push themselves a bit closer to safety. I think they might get that at home to Manchester United. Man United, they did get a good 1-0 win against Aston Villa last weekend. I'll go 1-1. I think West Ham will get a draw, which just pushes them that little bit closer to safety.
It's a big point though, isn't it? As I've been saying for weeks, I think they'll be absolutely fine. I do think they're going to lose this one though. I'm going to have to back United. I see goals for both teams, but for me, Man United win 2-1.
2-1. Okay, next up we go to Craven Cottage, where we've got Fulham taking on Leicester City. Both sides involved in pretty entertaining games last time out.
Yeah.
I did back Fulham to beat Man City 2-1. They didn't do that, but they did only lose 2-1.
Yeah, so it's not that bad actually.
They gave them a go. And I feel like they could try and cause Leicester a few problems here. Leicester City have certainly got a lot more to play for. They played some pretty good stuff against Everton, but will be frustrated that they didn't get the win. I like Leicester City's fixtures with Fulham and West Ham to play, but they've got to get something from those games. Yeah. But I don't think Fulham are going to roll over. Desmond, 2-2.
Oh. No, I'm actually going to back the home team. I see this being like quite an open game, purely because, as you say, Leicester City have got a lot to play for. They'll be disappointed to just leave with a point after playing Everton, but still a point in the right direction. They'll be wanting to push on from that, but I don't see that happening. Fulham 2-0.
Oh, really? Yeah. That would be some disappointing result for Leicester there. Okay, another team in the Premier League relegation dogfight is Everton, and they are away at Brighton. Everton's fixtures aren't looking nice. They've got Brighton away, and then Man City at home, and then they've got 2 games after that, and I think they need to get 2 wins, really. Brighton, after a 6-0 win against Wolves, I don't think they're going to drop points in this one, to be honest. I don't think it'll be 6-0 again.
No.
But I think Brighton will win again, and it might push Everton a little bit closer to the Championship.
Down under.
2-0 Brighton.
Yeah, I think it could be a fairly convincing win for Brighton as well. As you said, I don't think it's going to be another 6-0 because that was a bit of a freak result. But Everton, when Sean Dyche came in, you thought, okay, could he kind of steady the ship a little bit, keep them up? I really don't know right now. It's not looking good for them. And I think Brighton are going to win 3-0.
3-0 Brighton. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Everton.
It's not looking good.
Looking in a lot of danger there. The final game, Sophie, is a massive Premier League relegation 6-pointer. We're going to the City Ground where Nottingham Forest take on Southampton. This is massive, Soph. It does feel like it's a bigger game for Nottingham Forest. Southampton, we've said they probably need to win every game now. 4 games left, they probably need to win all 4 of them to have a credible chance of staying up. And the thing with Southampton is, Soph, I feel like they're competitive. Yeah. They took the lead at Newcastle. They were 3-1 up at Arsenal, but they just don't get the results. They just seem to do a lot of hard work, but just not enough.
Yeah.
And going away to the City Ground, this is where we fancy Nottingham Forest a bit more. To be honest, with Forest, Sophie, even though they lost at Brentford, they were leading. They lost in the last minute. They beat Brighton at home before that. And I think a draw will get Forest out of the bottom 3 here. But realistically, they'll want to win this one to push themselves a little bit closer to safety. And I think Forest will get it. I think Nottingham Forest will beat Southampton, so I don't think on this occasion that's too outrageous.
No, I don't think so.
Nottingham Forest 2-0.
Yeah, and the Forest fans are going to be gutted to hear that I'm backing you to win as well, because I think every time I've backed you to win, you've lost. So hopefully you will actually get the win. I can see them winning. I do think they'll go 2-0 up. I can see them conceding in the second half, then it being a bit squeaky bum time, but them getting it over the line and actually coming away with the 3 points, which will be massive. So for me, Forest win 2-1.
Forest 2-1. There you go. We're both ending on a Nottingham Forest win. The Premier League relegation battle is certainly very interesting. There you go, guys. That wraps up our video. That's all the predictions. Do make sure to get your predictions down below. Like I say, guys, if you haven't already, please do make sure to hit that like button. We're pushing for 588 on this one. And do make sure to subscribe. It's free to subscribe and it really helps the channel. We'll see you tomorrow for Championship predictions. See you in the next one. Peace out.